Today, we're staying here in Florida. We're answering the question, and that is, will your homeowner's insurance cover flood damage on your home here in Florida, whether it's a primary residence or a secondary residence? That's what we're talking about today's video. So let's get started. But before we do, make sure to share, subscribe, and like the channel so others can find the same valuable content. Hi, I'm Chris, the flood insurance guru. More than 12 years ago, I bought a house in a flood zone just like this right here. And I was told premiums were going to be $3,000 when they should have been $300. I was told I was in one flood zone and I was in the wrong flood zone. Thankfully, I was able to get those premiums down. I was able to get that flood zone changed. And I've been helping homeowners and real estate investors like yourself do the same thing the last 12 years. Today, we're talking about, does home insurance cover flood damage in Florida? Now, home insurance in Florida works a little bit different than most of the country. You see, a lot of home insurance companies will cover flood in some situations as what's called an endorsement. This is typically an added coverage, an added benefit that you're going to pay for in a lot of situations. This means that maybe your bank does accept the flood insurance with it being on there with the home insurance, but if you decide to cancel your home insurance or move your home insurance, or your home insurance gets non-renewed, then you got to go find new flood insurance as well. So it could be that your home insurance here in Florida does cover flood damage with a special flood endorsement. You want to take a look at your policy and find that out. However, one thing you also want to look at though, and being cautious with a situation like this, is really carrying two separate policies. What are the benefits here? Why should you not necessarily put that flood insurance on that home insurance if the pricing's about the same? Well, one reason is, like at the beginning of this video, we talked about your home insurance potentially being non-renewed in Florida, which is very usual with the volatile home insurance market in Florida in 2024. Well, one reason is if that policy gets non-renewed, you might lose that flood insurance rate that you have. That's why it may almost be a good idea to keep these policies separate, because in many situations, a home insurance market can be more volatile than the flood insurance market, especially if you just have a federal flood insurance policy. So it's important to understand that. Now, look, private flood insurance is also extremely volatile in parts of Florida where you have a lot of companies that are no longer doing business, they're moving out and all these things. So you want to make sure that you understand that when you're going and you're purchasing that home insurance and maybe you're getting that flood endorsement. Look, at the end of the day, the flood endorsement is still way better than not having coverage at all. So at the end of the day, at least you're going to have coverage, but it may not be as good as a private policy or even a policy through the federal government. So you want to pay attention on that endorsement. Hey, how much coverage are you getting? Does it meet certain rules where a bank will accept this as a flood insurance policy? What happens if your home insurance gets non-renewed? Do you have a certain amount of time to get new flood insurance? All these different things you want to pay attention to here in Florida to make sure that your home is properly protected for flood damage. So that's something to pay attention about. Now, if you want to take a look at different flood insurance options, it's easy. Click up here in the corner of this video and watch our video on comparing the National Flood Insurance Program with private flood insurance. You can also click in the description of this video and download our guide on flood insurance here in Florida. And if you're ready to take the next steps to purchasing flood insurance here in Florida, it's 3 simple steps. Step 1, fill out the form. Step 2, review your options. And step 3, pick the policy that best fits your needs. I'm Chris, the flood insurance guru, and I want to say thank you for watching today's video on, will your home insurance policy in Florida cover flood damage?